Wake up, Dane. Did that blow your eardrums out?
What's up? No, you
What is
you
up?
missed me this time. You
Damn it.
missed
I
me
was trying to
this
blow
time.
your eardrums
I
out
know,
again.
I know.
Oh,
I was
well.
prepared.
What's up? Welcome to the Sloppy Syndicate show. I am your host, Donnie, and this is Dane. And together we are double D's because we like
Yo.
boobies. So
double
we
the trouble, double the fun.
right. Fun size it is. That's how we like it. So thanks for joining us. We are live on Twitch and YouTube at the moment. And those of you listening in the future on the podcast, it's much appreciated. We have Ryder in the building today, and they are putting the good old classic back in classic rock and roll. And what's up, Star from Virginia, all the way up there in the farm town. So welcome in. And without further ado, I always say that. That pisses me off. I got to quit saying without further ado. I catch myself every time. Without further ado, I got to come up with something new. So take it away. We have James from the band Ryder. So let's welcome him in. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And yeah, putting the good old classic back in classic rock and roll. And I can't say this about many bands, but Ryder definitely sounds a lot better. Well, let me rephrase this so it doesn't sound bad. Ryder sounds phenomenal on the record, but there are one of few bands that I actually enjoy live over the record. They sound much better live to me over the record. Both bangers. Oh, there we go. All right.
There we go.
Hello, Dane. We got Stan Club in here. So that's from Star up in Virginia.
Star.
We got to watch her mouth now. She'll get the switch on us, right?
Shit.
Right.
Star got a worse mouth than me.
So run us. You guys formed in Queens, New York out of, I've been to New York twice and I'm never coming back. So run us through how you got, you formed Ryder in Queens, New York, and you're putting that classic back in that classic rock and roll for us.
Well, basically, how the band started is, I had an older project that, didn't really work out. So I reached out to a few friends. We got together, started jamming on some stuff, and then, started doing some shows, getting some mileage under our belts. And then, it just all went from there.
Nice. Yeah. The best thing to do is to get up and see how you guys are playing and working out with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so 2016 they formed. Your first EP, your first singles came out in 2018. So you guys had the 2 years to kind of work and get some music out there, and then the pandemic hit. Obviously, we know in roughly 2020. So how did that affect the band, or how did that boost your band going forward?
Oh man. Well, we played one of literally the weekend before the entire world shut down. We did 3 shows. We played at the Chop Shop in Seabrook, New Hampshire that Friday, and we played a doubleheader that Saturday. We did a matinee at the House of Guitars in Rochester, and we played at Stamps in Buffalo or Tonawanda, or wherever you classify it as. I call it Buffalo.
Yeah.
And it just, like, the reality kind of set in. After a show, you have a great show, you obviously, if Waffle House isn't anywhere near, you go to a Denny's. And me and the guys were all sitting by a Denny's, and over a Grand Slam, and my drummer turns to me and he's just like, bro, if I hear COVID one more time, I'm punching someone in the face. And little did we know, 2 days later.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because I made it 2 years. I probably should have listened to them when they told me to quit looking the damn windows, but I still kept looking the windows, and I finally got it after 2 years. I just got it. I just got over it. Man, it was miserable, but however, they have this miracle pill out there. It's like a miracle Z-Pack for COVID. Man, in 3 days, I felt like $1 million again. So it probably took 10 years off of my life in the end, but for the time being, it served its purpose. But so just getting over COVID. Dane's feeling a little iffy, so hopefully he doesn't have it. But that was probably the worst week out of all. I went and saw Wheeler Walker last Friday, and then Saturday started coming down with it. And that's not a fun ride. And then today, fortunately, I tested negative. And Shinedown was doing a small set down in Daddy Cool Records in St. Pete, and a record signing. So I'm just gonna, this is like the holy grail.
Oh, nice.
Shinedown sign. It's gonna go on the wall eventually. I'm redoing the studio wall this week, so it'll be different the next weekend's episode that you see. It's going to be two totally different studios.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this shit taken care of too, because
Well, I like it. I mean, the Bob Marley over, like the artwork is cool. So
yeah, I just gotta hang it up and everything, man. Hey, all of this was a pile of shit 2
I know,
weeks
Dane.
ago. So
I've been to your house, Dane. I'm very proud of you.
hey, I did a little purging, getting all of the garbage out and everything. So now we'll get it back to where it goes. Hey, so I lived up in New York for a couple of years, man, and I used to get my tires done in Queens, and I also had a doctor's office I went to over in Queens off Dane Street, I think it was.
Nice.
And Queens is just my favorite borough because it's got my name as a street in it. So I'm kind of selfish that way. But how about you? What was it like growing up musically in that that area of the country?
Oh,
It's good underground up there. So
yeah. I mean, New York City. I mean, it's they call it the Great Melting Pot. It really is. It's just you could find so many things in just a small area, and it's so diverse.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just it's very different. It is kind of a culture shock when you do go to other places too, and it's just like, oh wow, So it's like, but it's cool because being from up there, it's like you go to other places, it's like it's easier to kind of meld in because it's just like, oh yeah, we have some of that back home, and
Yeah. Yeah, the thing that kind of took me by surprise immediately when I moved there were they had Walmarts and they had Targets and stuff, but the real meat and potatoes of everybody up there are the mom and pop stores, the store that's been there for 50, 75, 100 years, run by the same family.
Yep.
That you don't have that kind of stuff. In Florida, it's mostly chains or somebody didn't pay their bills, and that's why I was only there for 5 years. But surprisingly, when I went to New York and when I was up there, all the stores, same people working there, been there, their family's been there, and it's much more of a personable interaction whenever you just go to the corner store up there. At least for me, that was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, over here, the proper name for the corner store, we call them bodegas.
Bodega, yeah.
Bodegas.
Yeah.
So, and you're in a bodega when you got the deli open at 2 a.m. and you see the bodega cat just roaming around and
keeping the rats away, right?
That's right. That's right. Getting the chopped cheese at 2 a.m. Oh.
I can't do New York. I did it 2 years, and I didn't live up there, but vacationing, just New York City alone, it's too many people for me. So I am opting out of that. But hey, more power to you. There's so many venues up there. And if I'm correct, you played in LA at the Whiskey Go-Go?
Yes, we did. We played at the Whiskey twice, actually. Once on New Year's Eve, and the other, I believe that was 2017. It was the day before New Year's Eve. We did that one with LA Guns. It was the same day as the Misfits show at the Forum when they were, getting together and doing, that whole business. Yeah. And we ended up going on literally about 45 minutes after the Forum let out. So it's like you had a massive people come right in, and it was so awesome.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list for sure. The Whiskey and then the Rainbow Bar. Two spots on my bucket list. So
nice.
But yeah, the Whiskey is that's a hell of a to say you played the Whiskey, that's kind of like the Grand Ole Opry of rock music, essentially. So
yeah.
But
yeah, Dane, what else did you find out? I know you're the super sleuth over there.
I am now. Living up in New York and being right next to Queens and going through it all the time, I tended to find things that were off the norm a little bit. And one of the big things that I liked doing when I was up there, I'm a big history buff, and I really enjoyed that Queens has the largest cemetery at any place in the United States.
Yep.
And it also has the place, the final resting place of Harry Houdini. Now,
nice. I didn't know that.
If you go to his gravesite, though, it's kind of crazy. All of the other grave sites are all grown over and everything else. And I mean, and it's a pretty large graveyard. And Harry Houdini's is the only one properly manicured and everything else is done right. It's because that the Magician Society set up a fund back when Harry Houdini died in 1927 to take care of his gravesite, through the end of time, basically. And that's pretty much why that's the only one that's taken care of. And they can't move any more grave sites or whatever. They actually just put a law in saying that no new grave sites could break the bedrock of Queens. So there's a hill that they I've just started to put new grave sites on because Queens is the graveyard of the entirety of New York City. Something like 95% of all people that die in New York end up in a graveyard in Queens.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few. You got Flushing Cemetery. I mean, Flushing Cemetery is where they have Louis Armstrong buried. And then Cavalry Cemetery, which I think is the one you're talking. That's like the huge one. Like that's like literally, it's right on the Queens Brooklyn border, like right by.
That's the largest one in the United States.
Now I actually want to go to Queens just to like go. I'm weird. I like cemeteries and trying to like if I like something paranormal. If it happened to me, I would shit my pants and run. But it's like I want to see it, but at the same time, like I don't. So it'd be cool just to go like even like we have Bob Ross in Orlando, and I just want to go like sit at Bob Ross's and like paint happy little trees. But then I'm like something will probably happen and freak me out, and I'll never be the same person again. I'll have like a demonic spirit or something like enter me. But yeah, so.
Listen, man, as long as you have your evil eye and you burn some white sage, you should be good. So
I burned sage one time. That stuff stinks so bad I almost puked. Like literally, I never I tried it one time and I it was everyone says, oh, just burn sage. Yeah, I didn't know what it smelled like until I burned it, and yeah, it's horrible. I would not. 9 out of 9 don't recommend.
I got a Reiki chick that comes over and sages my house like once a month. So
nice. Yeah, I recently got into incense burning. My favorite scent, my two favorite scents, Palo Santo and Dragon's Blood.
Oh, okay.
So, those aren't bad.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of partial to patchouli oil, but that's just me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some big news coming up. What's happening on July 8th there, Mr. Ryder?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, July 8th, we are releasing our 4-song EP. It's the follow-up to Lillian's Lullaby, which came out this past May. And it's entitled Don't Think Twice. It's going to be streaming everywhere July 8th, Spotify, iTunes. I'm sure anyone who still uses Napster, I'm sure you could probably go on there and find that too.
That's still around? Oh my God.
You'll be surprised. Like when I get like the publishing and the distribution reports, like it says Napster, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like,
yeah, I thought they went through a court case or some shit like that. I'm sorry to interrupt. Please proceed.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sure it's probably changed over many times since 2004, but but yeah, no, it's apparently it still exists on paper at least. So I mean, whoever uses it, all power. But yeah, it's going to be streaming everywhere July 8th, and then July 9th, we're going to be celebrating in Brooklyn at the Lucky 13 Saloon. We're doing the EP release show. We're going to have some physical copies available. So it's us, Crimshaw, Outpost 79, Love's Overrated, and Crashing Atlas. They're a band from Baltimore coming up, so it's going to be a stacked bill.
Yep, I'm familiar with most of those. I just got familiar with Crashing Atlas. They are coming up on the show later this month, actually. So, yeah, familiar with the bands that you're speaking, which is unusual, in a big world of bands. So pretty cool to see who you're playing with. Now, do you guys have a website, or where can we support you guys at?
You can go facebook.com/RyderBand, and it's Ryder with a Y, not an I. Instagram at Ryder_NY, youtube.com/RyderBand. Yeah, plenty of social media sites. I mean, I'm sure you can probably go and find an OnlyFans with my guitar player's feet on them. So
yeah, hey, get
you
that
gotta put
July
the gas
8th,
somehow.
everybody. Get you a physical copy and get your signatures by the band. I mean,
Right.
can't ask for better.
And you guys actually have a Facebook page, if I'm correct. What is that Facebook page?
Facebook.com/RyderBand. And if you want to go a little bit more in depth, we have a group page, the Friends Who Like Ryder page. So if you join that, you get, a little extra content, some giveaways. So, all the fun stuff.
Yep. And they're getting ready to do, I don't know if you've done it yet or not, but I seen you guys were doing a giveaway for the album that's getting ready to come out. So yeah, definitely check them out on Facebook. Stay informed. And so Dane, how would you describe their music? I get some classic rock and roll, some Aerosmith, and for some reason I don't know why it keeps popping in my head a little bit of Danzig in there somehow.
Okay, I get a little soupçon of Motorhead, a little bit of Frank Zappa. Just every once in a while, hear that odd sound that comes in, and I don't know, man. Listening to the lyrics, I'm gonna have to go with like maybe early Metallica, like early,
Nice.
where they you could hear the grit through the sound. You could hear the emotion through it and everything, and it wasn't trying to describe a certain thought or a lyric. It was just how they were feeling and transported or my words are failing me today. Transmitted through the music, and I mean, I enjoyed it. I like rock in all of its forms, so I'm just happy to see a different swatch and a different color coming through the way that it does. I mean, in this sea of bands and music and sound, it's always good to hear that one that resonates with you and go with it. So I really enjoy it. I really like the you even got a Motorhead kind of persona going on as well, my man.
Dude, that is high praise because I fucking idolize Lemmy.
Nice.
Lemmy is God.
Yeah.
Anyone who's seen Airheads. Motorhead is one of the reasons why I picked up the guitar. Funny, a bass player is the reason why I became a guitar player. And so, but yeah, no, I'm a huge Motorhead fan, so that is very high praise. Thank you.
Yeah, and to touch on, Dane, you're saying the vocals, how they're, very, very clean vocals, but you have that the grit, the rasp in the voice, which kind of brings it out and kind of gives you that old school effect, that we're talking about. So Motorhead, so we'll say if Motorhead, Aerosmith, throw a little Danzig in there. Maybe a little Black Sabbath. They have a cocaine-fueled orgy, and we had a baby, and the baby band that was created as Ryder. So there we go. That's the best way we can explain that for you, folks.
There we go. Listen, you guys are the first people who haven't said Paul Stanley.
Paul, really? I would not have put Paul Stanley on.
Yeah. No, I've heard that a few times. Paul Stanley, like a little bit of the tinges in certain songs.
Okay. Well, who did that song? Shit. I think that's Dylan. He did the man song. Just man. Don't listen to me. I've had a long day.
So yeah, with the new album coming out, and then you're doing the release party the day after, the 9th, up in New York. Any tour plans? Anything in the works? East Coast tour? Any concerts in New York? Or
We're planning some shows. We're still actively planning shows actually. After July 9th, July 23rd, we're going to be down at the Moose Lodge in Jackson, New Jersey. July 28th, we are playing the Masquerade Festival on that's Thursday. It's at the 2300 Arena. So for any pro wrestling fans, that's the old ECW Arena in South Philly. So been there many times as a kid. So it'll be fun to go back. August 5th, we are up in Rochester at the Montage Music Hall. August 5th, August 6th, we're doing House of Guitars matinee show, and then we're planning something for the night. So we're going to do a doubleheader then. August 20th, we're in New Jersey again at Dingbats and Clifton. And then September 23rd and 24th, we're doing 2 shows in Canada, Toronto and near Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, back to back.
That's such a nice area over there, the Canadian side of Niagara. Oh, man.
Yeah, so super busy schedule coming up, obviously. And so obviously you told us a little bit about your musical influences. You got started because of Motorhead, essentially, and started playing the guitar. Now, did you, once you started pursuing the musical aspect of it, did you kind of fall into the more classic vibe because of your voice, or did you kind of train your voice for that aspect?
A little bit of both. I mean, I never really, I'll be honest with you, I never really trained my voice. It's all road tested. And, before I started off just being a guitar player, and I was always looking for other vocalists. And, I just got tired of, dealing with some knuckleheads. So I'm like, screw it. I'll try singing. So then, then I put my voice to the test, and here we are.
Yeah, I tried singing once, and I am banned in 4 states now. So no singing for me. But definitely a great voice you got there, and big things to come. I can feel it. Just keep pushing. Obviously, that's music. You got to get it out there and just keep grinding and grit and hitting the road and playing shows. And hell, maybe we'll see you on Welcome to Rockville or something in the future.
Yeah, let us know when you get down to the southern part of the tour, man.
Dude, absolutely. Funny enough, we were supposed to play down in Florida in Daytona Beach, right before the world shut down. Yeah. So we're hoping to get back there.
Were you going to play for Bike Week?
When is Bike Week?
Bike Week is in March.
No, we were going to go down there Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know Bike Week is pretty huge, and they have pretty much every venue has bands all day long. So
nice. Memorial Day weekend in Daytona is nothing to shake a stick at either. So.
Right. Yeah. The Dirty D is always popping. So Dirty Daytona is what we call it here in Florida.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. No, we've always wanted to go to Florida. The furthest south we've been, we've been to New Orleans. So I mean, Florida's on the bucket list.
Well, there's some rock venues in Tampa. I know that they've been doing shows down on Ybor, and they've also been doing the new venue down at the Armature Works place, which they just built around here. I mean, it's crazy in Tampa right now, man. 10,000 people a day move to Tampa, Florida right now.
We're full, damn it.
It's crazy, right? The streets are packing up. Venues, it doesn't matter what kind of show you want to go to, it's packed.
Nice.
I mean, it's got its ups and downs. I enjoy all the people, but at the same time, you get a batch of assholes, which you get with the nice people. So you never know.
I mean, you're one of the assholes in the batch. So I mean,
I'm nice to people until they fuck up. I mean,
there you go, man.
So how is the scene? Dane's talking about the scene down here, and it's thriving. Like there's months. There's waiting lists to play at venues. Are you guys experiencing the same thing up? In New York, that now the floodgates have opened and every band and their brother kind of want to get out and play, or is it relatively easy to book a gig up in New York?
Yes and no. It's a little easy. It does have its challenges. If you're local to the area, it's easy to get a gig. If you're from outside the area, it's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
A lot of places, again, it comes down to draw. It comes down to money, and it's like, if you're not bringing the asses and you're not bringing the dollars, then
Right.
Don't matter who you know at that point.
yeah.
It makes the world go around, unfortunately. So yeah, but yeah, I love. I don't know. Dane's gonna make fun of me, but I don't know. I would go to a Broadway play. I don't know why I like Broadway plays.
Why would I make fun of you about that? I love Broadway.
Oh,
You
okay.
crazy
Well,
as
I
hell.
figure you're gonna make fun of me.
I know Oklahoma. I know most of all the songs in Oklahoma. My Fair Lady and shit. I grew up watching them things. And,
All right. Well,
when
well,
I
I'm
did live
safe
in New York, that was one of the first things I did. Is I went and I saw Rent. 5,2,500, 6,000 minutes.
Yeah, I saw Aladdin. That was my most recent play, and it was actually pretty good. I was surprised. So, I mean, that was a couple years ago before the pandemic. But yeah, I would especially like Lion King up there, like a major, they go all out up there, not like down here. It's just like a little mini production.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Broadway's no joke.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, I'm going old school, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, nice.
So,
all right. Yeah, mine hands down is My Fair Lady. I don't know. So some about Fred Astaire when he was dancing in it really opened up the whole performing arts for me.
See, I'm sitting here bashing New York and how much I hate New York, and now I'm like, I want to go to New York.
I don't know why you bashing it. I love New York.
I think I went.
I learned how to play craps up there.
I think I went at the wrong time because I went for the Macy's Day Parade.
oh no,
So I was just like, it was way too many people. I'm like, screw this. I'm never coming back to New York.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're coming to New York, I mean, you gotta go to the non-tourist areas. Like pass through the tourist areas, but you gotta see the heart of New York. Go to a Yankee or a Met game or something along those lines. But yeah, no, the Macy's parade is a fucking zoo. And it's like also the same, and I'll dispel the myth. No native New Yorker is stupid enough to stand in the middle of Times Square to see a fucking ball drop.
No,
that is all tourists.
I lived on 99th and Central Park West, and I know every year the closest that we would go is we go to the roof and watch it. That's it. You don't try to get in the middle of them or nothing like that.
Dude, I go even screw the roof, man. You turn on the TV, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Then wait until the Honeymooners Marathon. There you go.
Yeah, and some of those years it's freezing, it's snowing, and these people are like, it's one, too many people, too damn cold.
Yep.
You're standing there for literally 12 hours just to see a ball drop.
Yeah.
I guess I'm getting a little bit old in my older years where I'd rather just watch it on TV.
Yeah, when I was living up there at 26 and I didn't want to go out there and do it. So it's nothing to do with old, man. That's your brain telling you that's a bad idea and you should fucking listen to it.
So, Ryder, what would one band or one artist, past or present, you would want to collab with or share the stage with, other than Lemmy? Can't be.
Well, Lemmy would have been that choice by default.
That's number one,
but that would have been number one. Close number two, David Coverdale, Whitesnake.
Okay, all right, that's
great voice.
Oh yeah,
all right. Yeah, I want to guess that. He always slips my mind for some reason. But yeah, there's so many talented vocalists out there, and
they really are. They really are.
You forget about them, and then someone brings it up. You're like, oh.
I've been discovering a bunch of old stuff. So I just discovered the Carpenters from the 70s, and I don't know why, but I listened to that Top of the World song, and it just reminds me of like going with grandma to bingo or something like that. So.
But yeah, I'm stuck on this vinyl craze now and this cassette craze. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, and
cassette, really?
Yeah.
Vinyl, I can understand. There is nothing that sounds better on a cassette as compared to vinyl or digital. It just, I mean, I understand the aesthetics of it and
Right,
wanting
it's
to
the
put it in
nostalgia.
and everything, but
Just a tip.
man,
You just put it in just a little bit.
just a little taste, just a little
So,
bit.
you know, but yeah, I've dropped one habit, which is Dixon flannels. Now I picked up another habit buying freaking vinyls and that. So yeah, it's I mean, I just got the Doors. I got
We're talking about pants, right?
No, Dixon, like the shirts, Dixon flannels and that.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying I was into dicks and flannels. It sounded like you were. You
Sometimes.
took a trip to Fire Island and we didn't know about.
Michael Jackson. I did go to his Neverland Ranch once. So.
Oh my God, I'm so getting you that shirt for Christmas. Dicks and flannels.
All right. So, what an episode today, folks. We're getting ready to wrap up. It is Friday night, and we're going to go have some fun. And Ryder is probably going to go have some fun and test and tune some his new music that's getting ready to come out. So, any final departing words for the fans out there or future fans?
Yeah, let us know what you got going.
Check us out. Find us on our social medias. Facebook.com, Ryder Band, Instagram at Ryder_NY, YouTube.com/Ryder Band. Check us out. Listen to our music on all streaming platforms, and most importantly, buy our shit, please.
Yes, and I say this every episode, and one T-shirt or one album is almost the equivalent of 6,500 streams. So just think of that in your mind. 6,500 streams can be bought with one CD or one T-shirt. So it makes a huge difference for the bands itself. So Lisa says, great show. Nice to hear more about Ryder. We'll definitely check them out. So yeah, it's good old classic rock and roll. I get, I don't want to put you in a category, but putting that classic back in the classic rock for me.
And man, I'll take it, man.
I always end the show, not end the show, but at the end of the show, I always bring this up. So give me 1 second here. And folks, remember, it's okay not to feel okay, and you actually matter. So if you are having some issues, please reach out to 1-800-273-8255 or text go to 741-741. Folks, remember, it's okay not to be okay, and you matter. So reach out to somebody that cares about you. And my final departing words is I hope we pleasured your ear holes just a little bit, made those ear holes moist, and keep it sloppy till the next episode. And what do you got, Dave?
Hey, stay up, stay happy. We'll see y'all next time.
All right. Until then, keep it sloppy.